And as we mentioned earlier, this really helps evidence multiple instances of success within the community as a precursor for smallholders to then feeling they can adopt successfully in property. Last slide, please. So just to summarise, our 5 key lessons learned, which we really hope will encourage you all, put smallholders at the centre of designing and developing the initiative. The DPA to farmers and their adoption rates of these 15 varieties, experimenting with how these adoption rates vary. And so it might be expected that yield improvements would be enough to incentivise farmers to adopt the new varieties. However, what they observe, and this is very consistent with our experiences with producers direct, is that yield improvement is not. Next slide, please. Number 2, farmers respond differently to the same method depending on who delivers it. So this is a quote from a 2018 gatehouse study, but it's extremely consistent with our experiences, and probably yours too. Other key messages that came from the gatehouse study, which I think is worth reiterating. So firstly, be selective about your messenger for the message. Secondly, a farmer is more likely to follow advice than someone similar.
Thank you, Claire. Fantastic presentation, and I look forward to you joining us for the discussion later.
Thanks so much.
With that, we'll move right into our next presentation. Our first presenter of the plenary session on on-farm experimentation is Dr. Simon Phillips, joining us from Australia.
Well, what has this got to do with precision agriculture and how we're going to roll that out in Africa, and conversely, what can precision agriculture do to try and support farmer-centric and on-farm experimentation in Africa? Fantastic high-value crops. This is from an incredible data intensity. There's not a single person in that slide. But compare that to the left-hand side. A typical story is that lots of people, no recognition. So the two pictures were completely opposite. So what's the crossover? Well, I would say this. Uncertainty is a prevailing concern within farming in Africa. Agriculture, giving one of those of capital, uncertainty has a much greater impact in many situations such as agriculture, really, back in the university.
Management is through better measurement, better data, more data. So let me take an example. Can I have the next slide, please? Let me take an example from year 2009, but not from a precision ag aspect. We are taking an example which all scientists and professors we are doing in terms of publication.
Speaker this morning was Claire Rose. Claire addressed us on a model that she described as producers direct. A model that aims at improving the welfare of smallholder farmers. And the model has been addressing smallholder farmers in the East African countries and in Latin America, with 50% of these farmers being women and 40% being youth. In her presentation, she identified that farmers must be involved in the identification of their challenges and providing solutions to the problems. And only then that adoptions of whatever technology or innovation can be significant and meaningful.
Yes, I want to start from the brief on the indigenous knowledge. It is important that African nations, let me say here, to start from what we have. And in fact, the trend is that the best economy now in the world, they start from what they have, from their own culture. Look at Chinese. Some years back, it was a closed economy. Now, because we have what it takes to overtake the world, and they are now at the peak. So, my concern is this. Precision of agriculture, we have been practicing it in weeks, and the professionals have been carrying out research work. In bit by bit, and so it's very difficult to gather the full data together. For example, the example given in all the presentation, I'm not saying I'm hearing, that here we have researchers in precision of agriculture, we have professionals for the researching of soil fertility, soil development, and so on and so forth.
The first thing I want to mention is the fact that the farmers are talking about our forefathers. They have a way of identifying certain things in precision agriculture, which we need to learn from. Let me just give you some practical examples. I was having a study in one of the river business some years ago, and I was looking at the farmers who were involved in irrigating, carrying out irrigation scheme. They don't have, or they don't use any instrument in determining the soil moisture to know when irrigation water has been applied. But they will just go over there and just touch the soil and just grab it, and then they will carry out it. I was telling them that this is not accurate really well. It's either we use 4 days or just try to touch the soil and see whether we need to apply water. So you find that there's a measure of precision agriculture which we have learned over the years. And there's a need for us to document this knowledge which they have. That's what I want to expand on. I think I have so many points which maybe when we come back, I'll share too. We will now be talking about precision agriculture within the Nigerian context. And what we think we should do, then we'll write our own communique and send it. So you know the question you were asking now, you have that, they have sent the link to where you should go. So please, we are going to have groups. I want to break a rule. In the planning from speed.
We are talking of youth involvement in agriculture, and presently the trending thing is that the youth are in charge of controlling and having enough skill and knowledge of using digital information. So when we bring the youth into agriculture, they will be in charge of using digital information to revolutionize agriculture. And so agriculture can make positive impact that is expected of them. Presently, majority of our farmers are not all that literate to the extent of understanding or have enough knowledge of using digital information, which is required for precision agriculture to thrive well. But at the same time, we need to restructure our extension system and then come out with a model that will train youth to be our extension agent. So when we have youth trained as extension agents who are in charge of digital information, who can use digital information to understand the message of how to use digital apps and software, then we'll be able, those people will be able to teach the farmer, train them how to use this and support them. So it is very, very possible to adopt precision of agriculture in Africa.
People are saying why we need to look at quality data that can feed into the world system. The world has become a global village, including agricultural research. So when we are talking about precision agriculture, they are doing it in Europe, in America, they are doing it in everywhere. So Nigeria also has to join the train and the bandwagon, but we need the type of data they have, using the same methodology. So that is what we have been talking about, the practices and the policy and the concept since Tuesday. Today we'll be looking at the concept and the Nigeria conceptualization of precision agriculture this evening, where people will talk from different perspectives, then we come out with Nigeria homegrown precision agricultural research.